This is Cameron Chai from azom.com on behalf of VCAM, coming to you from the Carbon Fibre Future Direction Conference in Geelong, Australia. The conference has been organised by VCAM and Deakin University and sponsored by VCAM, Deakin University and the Victorian State Government. Today I'm speaking to Dan Pichler, who's a director at AKSA, and he's going to tell us a bit about AKSA and their involvement with the carbon fibre industry.
Sure, Cameron. Nice to meet you.
All right, Dan, can you tell us what do AKSA do?
AKSA are the largest producer of acrylic fibre in the world. And acrylic fibre is important because acrylic fibre is the raw material for making carbon fibre.
And whereabouts is your production based?
AKSA's production plant is in Yalova, Turkey, which is around about 100 kilometers southeast of Istanbul.
Okay. And when did you guys start producing carbon fibre?
AKSA started producing carbon fibre commercially in 2008, so just coming on 3 years ago.
And what was the reason for AKSA moving into carbon fibre?
AKSA moved into carbon fibre because the wanting to make specialty acrylic fibre products, carbon fibre precursor is itself a specialty acrylic fibre product, and AKSA decided to take the second step beyond that, which is to then do the value-added carbonization to the fibre to make carbon fibre.
And what's your current production capacity?
AKSA's current capacity is 1,500 tons a year, although in December we announced an expansion to more than double our capacity to 3,500 tons per year.
That's obviously in response to market demand?
The market for carbon fibre is growing. The market today for carbon fibre is round about this year 45,000 metric tons. We think that in the next 5 years it'll double, and the next 5 years after that it will double again. So we think by 2020 the market may be 150,000 tons, and for us that large and growing market for carbon fibre is very interesting.
And where do you see the growth areas for carbon fibre?
All seems like all sub-markets for carbon fibre are growing, some faster than others. Sporting goods, which is already fairly well saturated. You have about as many tennis rackets and golf club shafts using graphite as will be. And so the sporting goods market is growing at only a few % a year. But new applications like carbon fibre in reinforcements for wind turbine blades is new. The adoption in aerospace, commercial aerospace, is actually relatively new. The Boeing 787 is just starting up. It's the first aircraft with more than 50% of its structural weight being carbon fibre. Airbus's A350 program is coming after that, which will be Airbus's first heavy user of carbon fibre. So commercial aerospace is growing. And certainly there's a big potential in automotive, and there's BMW has a very high profile program to introduce a small city car in about 2013 with a carbon fibre body.
Okay, and you're aware of the Australian activities of VCAM and Deakin University in relation to carbon fibre? Yes, we've been aware of what Deakin and VCAM and the Victorian State Government are doing for about 2 years now, and find it rather interesting. Okay, and what about, do you see yourselves being involved with them at some stage in the future, or would that be of interest to you guys?
I think we're involved. We see the potential to be involved with Deakin and VCAM today, maybe some cooperative research and development activities. We're looking at supporting them with their carbon fibre, small-scale carbon fibre plant startup. And certainly we'd like to support the Australian market for carbon fibre as it develops commercially over the coming years.
And do you see AKSA potentially being involved in a commercial production capacity in Australia as far as carbon fibre is concerned?
Well, I think the market for carbon fibre in Australia is a little bit small today, but it's developing, and as more applications come on stream, applications in infrastructure like the bridge in Melbourne that was reinforced recently using carbon fibre materials, or in wind blades, or supporting solar arrays, or in maybe specialty automotive parts production. As these things become bigger, it will become interesting, and at some point in time it makes sense to actually produce the carbon fibre in the country in commercial scale. In the meantime, of course, we're happy to sell ex-works from our plant in Turkey.
Okay, and what would it take for a company like AKSA to establish a commercial presence in Australia? I mean, obviously developing those sorts of applications and production capabilities in Australia, but is there other things that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly there has to be enough demand to warrant building a factory and expecting it to run at a good level of capacity. but also, you know, there have to be friendly terms. The labor rates have to be right, the electricity cost has to be right. These are important factors in the production of carbon fiber. And so all that would be considered. I think one of the advantages that Australia has, and one of the reasons that we're here, is that there's good intellectual property protection. And in other places in Asia, you know, maybe you would be worried if you took your technology there that it would be stolen. And I think we feel, you know, maybe a bit more comfortable about potentially doing something in Australia someday.
All right then, Dan. Well, we hope that perhaps you'll be involved with the Australian carbon fibre industry in a commercial sense in the not too distant future, and thank you for your time today.
Okay, thank you. We're pleased to be here and supporting the development work of Deakin and VCAM.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.